Good morning, everybody. Good morning, world. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Liza. I compete in the NPC in bikini as a bodybuilder. So we are in my off season. It's actually not my check-in day. I normally do my check-in videos, or I do my check-ins on Monday, which I did with my coach, but I did not record my video and post it to YouTube like I normally do, just because things got kind of out of hand yesterday. So got kind of caught up with all of that, so I did not get to my video with you, but we are back today. I'm gonna hit arms and we're gonna do my check-in. So let me grab my phone here. And I will tell you what my weight was. So I was traveling the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever. I went to Vegas for the Olympia, and then the next weekend I actually went back to Nevada to Reno for a wedding. So my weight was up these last 2 weeks, but it did trend back down. So I was down to average weight for the week was 131.3, and that's lower. Last week it was 132.1. This week it was 131.3. The week before it was 131.4. So we're trending back down to like my normal weight, which makes sense because I'm back in my routine. I'm back home. I am, training, sleeping in my own bed, all of these things. I think part of it is when I travel out west. That was my first, that was probably the furthest west that I've ever been, is Nevada. So not only do you have like the elevation changes from the mountains, but you've also got like time zone difference, things like that. So I think my body just kind of held on to everything. And now that I'm back here in Missouri, Midwest, different climate, different elevation, things are calming back down. So I think that that's why my weight was a little bit different. I will insert my check-in photos. My video was a little rough. I was a little stumbly because it was 3:45 in the morning. So if you've ever walked in 5-inch heels, number one, that's hard. But to do that at 3:45 in the morning, it's even harder. So don't judge me. But the number one thing is you can see it in my front pose. My coach says that I am leaning, and you can definitely see it. So I need to be more upright in my front pose so that way I'm not leaning over, because it looks like I'm trying to sit too much in my glute and that's causing me to lean. So I need to stand more upright. My side pose is fine, or it's not really a side pose, it's like a transition pose. That one looks okay. And what I love about that is if you zoom in, which you guys probably can't, but like you can honestly see like my line still in my glute. So that tells me that number one, I'm still lean, because I did not want to put on a bunch of body fat, because to gain muscle, you don't have to put on a bunch of body fat. Like body fat does not equate to muscle gain. So I learned that from Adam Bonilla at Team Elite Physique. He calls it a lean bulk, and I would rather do a lean bulk than a dirty bulk. I don't want to put on a bunch of body fat, because that doesn't mean that once I lean back down for my prep that I'm gonna have all of this muscle built. I'm sure there's science and stuff around it. I don't really care about all that, but I know for myself, I would rather have this look and slowly build. I am happy with the way that my body looks right now. I'm excited to see how it's improved since my show back in April. And then in my back pose here, she said, don't lock your knees out. So I need to work on just my posing, obviously, overall, so that I can really nail it, because it doesn't matter what physique you have, it matters what physique you present. So I heard that on a podcast, and I respect that, because I could have the best physique in the world, but if I can't present the best physique, then it doesn't really matter. So I need to work on my posing, number one. And then she did up my carbs, so I'll be at 350 carbs now. So my new macro split, 6 out of 7 days a week. I get 1 day of like an untracked day, and typically on that untracked day, I'll eat more fun foods, if you will. So I might go and have like cereal, or I think cereal is really the only fun food that I eat. I might do a steak and potato, like sweet potato fries. Yeah, it's just a day of untracked food, but 6 out of 7 days a week, I'm eating 140 protein, 350 grams of carbs now. We went from 335 to 350, and then 65 grams of fat, which that's about 2,500 calories. And honestly, so I eat primarily whole foods, and that is so much food to eat. So especially on the carbs. So what I've started to do is incorporate honey. Honey is a good carb source, and it's almost like 1 gram of honey is like equivalent to 1 gram of carb. So it's easy to get some carbs in by just sprinkling honey or pouring honey on my food, so that I'm not like stuffing myself with rice. So that is the food update. I did get a new scale. Let me see if I can go to my Amazon and tell you guys what it is, and then I'll try to link it below too. I don't know how to do that, but I will do my best to link it below. But it's supposed to be a like body fat scanning scale or whatever. So it's similar to like an InBody scale. I did the InBody, and the reason I got this scale was because the only place in town, in my town, that has an InBody scan is our supplement store, but they don't open until 9 a.m. and I start my days at 4 a.m. So it's kind of hard to fast for 5 hours and then go do that scan. So what I did was I bought this scale. It's called a posture scale. It was like $100, but it comes with an app and it does like the body fat tracking on there. So it's got like the electro whatever. So it put my body fat percent at 16.6. I weighed in at 130.6, body fat percent 16.6. Water is 61.2, skeletal muscle 46.6, and then fat-free body weight 109, subcutaneous fat 11.9%, visceral fat is 3, muscle mass in pounds, so this is what I thought was really cool, was 101.8. So if I'm 101.8, that's the amount of muscle that this thing says I have on my body. Take it with a grain of salt. This is not 100%. I like this scale, and I'm gonna do it once a week. So I weigh in on it every day, but I'm gonna start doing the body fat scan once a week. So on Mondays when I do my check-in, I'm gonna start doing the body fat scan so I can see just how it's changing now that I have like the initial data. This is a little bit different than the InBody, what the InBody scan told me, but if I continue to use this, at least I'll have like some sort of data for it. The other update I have is I am now a Legionnaire for Phorm. So I applied for their brand ambassador program, and they call that the Legionnaire program. I've been using Phorm since the end of 2020. A friend of mine, she was a brand ambassador for them, and she put me on. And that was honestly the first supplement that I've ever taken. I took their greens, reds, I bought protein and pre-workout. That was the first time I ever took supplements. Loved them. And then I kind of fell off the wagon with my fitness journey there for a little bit. Got back into it, fell off, got back into it. So I've always worked out, but like I didn't always fuel myself the best. I really dialed it in. So I have tried other supplements. Obviously, I've even talked about it on my channel before. I've tried PE Science because my coach is a ambassador for PE Science, and they're good. I do like their supplements as well. And then I've tried Buff Chick supplements. I tried Buff Chick supplements, and their flavors were good. No slight against them. Like, I'm not trying to knock them or anything. I just feel like my values, my beliefs, my personality fits more with Phorm. I've since tried to align myself more with a company that aligns more with my values and my beliefs. So no slight to Buff Chick, no slight to PE Science. I just prefer Phorm. It's almost like you ever like run away from home and then you always come back home. That's how Phorm is for me. So they always held a special place in my heart because they've always been the first supplement company that I've ever used. So it's kind of cool now that this is like a full circle moment that I get to work with them. So that's really cool, and I'm excited for it. Plus they're a local Missouri company, so that's really cool as well. That I think that is the full update. I'm gonna hit arms today. I got an upper body workout, so we're gonna do some back and bis, which personally that's my favorite day. I love training my back, so I will take you guys along. We'll do a voiceover leg or arm day. So let's go train. I'm tired of talking. Let's go train.
All right, you guys, we are starting off with one of my favorites, which is the lat pull down. My cart is started because my daughter is out there asleep. I've got the windows cracked because it's like 50 degrees outside, but I do have the heat going too, so she doesn't get too cold. But back to training. This is one of my favorites because it really does help widen your back, so it builds your lats, which is what it's for. And if you get like a really good stretch at the top and then re-engage, oh my gosh, does it burn. So I changed up the angle here so you can really see how I'm fully extending at the top. And I'm telling you, my lats were on fire after this. So this was like the perfect start to the workout. It really like put me in a good headspace and made me want to go heavy. I was super pumped for this workout. Again, I love training back, love training biceps. And for anybody wanting that hourglass shape, building your back is like the best way to get that. So keeping it balanced between the top and the bottom. Okay, and another one of my favorites are cable bicep curls, which is what we're about to do here. Guys, my arms were smoked, okay? And you can see it in my face. So I keep checking outside just to make sure that my car is still running because I have a newer car. It's a 2022. And it shuts off after 30 minutes for whatever reason. It's probably a safety thing. I don't know, but it drives me nuts. Anyway, my arms were smoked after this arm workout or even after just this movement. And it felt so good. Like it was such a good pump. And I love that you can even see like my triceps are popping here. You can see my shoulders are popping here. My biceps are going crazy. I love my physique. I love all the hard work that I've been able to put into it. And it's definitely showing. I feel bigger, I feel stronger, and I feel way more confident, especially going into my next show. I'm so, so excited. And you can see that it starts to get heavy because I start to like really struggle here at the end and scrunch my face and stuff. That's when you know like you're doing a good job. Okay, next up is a reverse grip Smith machine row. I like to do rows on the Smith machine just because it keeps it all in check, keeps everything in line. You could definitely do this with just a freestanding barbell, but I like to do them on the Smith. And I like to do the reverse grip because it targets the back, but then you get the secondary of the biceps. So since I'm training back and biceps, this kind of hits both of them, and it's so fun. Okay, next up we have a reverse cable fly or machine seated reverse fly, I think is what it's actually called. It's not a cable fly. But I really like this one just to hit the rear delts. And guys, my back is my favorite thing to train. And you can see why. My back looks awesome. And I'm not saying that to brag. I really work hard on my back. So to see it, watching these videos and to see it like all come together because my back didn't used to look like this 8 months ago. So I've really been putting a lot of work into my training, into my physique, and it's showing. So I am very proud of the package and the physique that I've built. So I don't say all of this stuff to sound like I'm bragging or anything like that. I'm just really proud of my efforts. Okay, up next, we're down to a seated hammer curl. I wore a clip in my hair, so I had to take it out because it's super annoying to have it back there when you're trying to sit against a flat bench. And I went with the 20-pound dumbbells on this, and holy crap, this was really hard. You can see I start to like close my eyes and like scrunch my nose and grip my teeth and stuff, or clench my mouth. So this was heavy for me. I would say this is like an 8 or 9 on the RPE scale. Of course, I had to flex my biceps at the end, but always checking yourself out. But when you shake your arms out before your sets, that's when you know that you are going hard and heavy. And that's how you're going to build muscle, is by doing the hard work. So whenever it gets hard and you feel like quitting, literally just close your eyes because you will be able to push through it. Okay, and I think this was our final movement, and it's a single arm dumbbell row. I started off with doing the 35s, and then once I got done with them, I'm like, girl, you can go up. So on the next set, I ended up doing the 40-pound or 45-pound dumbbells, and that's what I'm grabbing here. And what a big jump that was. Like going from 35 to 45 is such a huge difference. And you can see I even start to like throw my body into it, but I even had to rest in between each arm. So again, you're going heavy. And Ronnie Coleman has a saying, and this is what I was thinking of when I was doing this, was everybody wants to be a bodybuilder, but nobody wants to lift this heavy ass weight. And that's how I felt in that moment. And finally, we're going to close out with some vacuums. I started doing these almost daily now just to work on my core control. I noticed that after I had my baby, my stomach does not like to stay in, so I have to be very cognizant of it and conscious of it. So it's an effort, especially when I get on stage. I don't want my stomach to ever like just look like I let it go. So I have been practicing my vacuums.
All right, you guys, that is a wrap. That was a really good freaking training day. I love my delts here, going into the bicep. I feel very strong. I feel very good. Back is doing well. Like, seriously, I love my body. I love all the hard work that I've been able to put in, the size and the muscle growth that I've been able to grow just in this off season. I'm so looking forward to March for my my show. It's gonna be insane. The package that I'm gonna be able to bring is gonna be so different than my first show. So I'm stoked. Like, I have like I'm very happy. I'm happy with the way that my body is progressing and the muscle that I've been able to put on while still staying lean. Yeah, I feel awesome. Yeah. Okay, but let's stop. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning along. I will see you in the next video. Happy lifting.